I've got to say, I did think that new Bond film is wonderful. I thought it's my favourite film, apart from Russia with Love, of all the Bond movies. That's great.
Oh, I'm thrilled that you should say that.
He was marvellous too, isn't he?
Isn't he? Isn't he wonderful?
I mean, all that stuff about him beforehand. I mean, it was balmy, wasn't it?
Before he'd even done one shot in the film.
I know.
How did he get on and do it? He did it with great wit and
style.
And style.
And he's a good actor.
Fun. He's a very,
But then if you'd seen him
actor.
before, and he's not the first time he's appeared in public, I mean, you'd know he was a good actor, so what was all the hullabaloo about?
I know, well, I think probably because we're so proprietorial about Bond, aren't we?
Yes,
that we think everybody has a different idea of what he ought to look like, and if somebody doesn't fall into that category, then, you know, they're up for kind of criticism. It's wrong, though, isn't it?
Pierce Brosnan was your Bond, wasn't he?
He was, he was.
Four out of the five.
Yes, we were new together in GoldenEye.
What's the difference?
Well, the difference between the two is, of course, that they're two totally different actors.
Yeah.
And both of them self-deprecating, both of them with a great sense of humour, and that's the most important thing of all.
Yes.
If you have a sense of humour, you can laugh at yourself and not take yourself too seriously.
Oh, yes,
and yet do a serious job, you know.
Yes. But what about when comics make feeble jokes about you, about the way you speak and things like that? Should you laugh at that, do you think?
Sorry?
About comics at the moment.
What a good woman you are, Dench.
You're a lovely woman.
We don't say rude things about each other, do we? We speak about Shakespeare.
Yes, we do.
Oh, do we?
We
do
do
we?
a programme.
Brush up your Shakespeare. Carry on.
No, I don't know the next line.
No, me neither. I was just singing the first line.
Let's talk about this new film of yours, because, I mean, it's a very, very powerful film and a very powerful performance from you. You play, it's an extraordinary character that you play. I mean, she's very, very unlikable, and yet you feel a kind of sympathy for her, don't you? She's this spinster school teacher who was respected at school but not loved. And to the school comes Kate Blanchett, who is an art mistress. And she does something which puts her in the power of your character, and the film is a development from that on what happens. I should imagine when you read the book first of all, which is taken.
I did.
You must have thought this part is marvellous, a good meaty part.
Yes, I read the book when I didn't know, I don't read a script, but I read the book beforehand. Geoffrey Palmer gave me the book, I think, and I read it some years ago, but it never occurred to me that it was going to be a film.
Yes.
So then when it came up, and Patrick Marber was adapting the book, and Richard Eyre, who I love working with Richard, was directing it. And then I heard it was going to be Kate Blanchett playing the school teacher. I found it irresistible to do.
Yeah.
But hard.
Hard in what sense?
Really hard. Well, a lot of it takes place in a school. And I have a kind of phobia about school children. I'm still quite frightened of a lot of school children together. And
why?
I don't know. I've just always had it. Was one of those things. You know?
When you were a
Frightened of
kid?
school children?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Frightened of school children?
Yes. Well, don't please give me such a hard time. I am now quite frightened of school children, yes. But this was a very, 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 quite a tough school in the north of London, and I was frightened of them all, and we made such good friends there that the children were just wonderful. Really helpful and wonderful.
What about the look of the character?
Yes, it's not attractive, is it?
It's
not the kind of girl you'd ask around for tea.
No, it's a very unglamorous part.
Or anything else, really. Certainly not anything else.
And this is part of her problem, isn't it? That she is lonely. That she has this great wall of loneliness around her, which people don't perceive, really. They just see her for this strong character at school that she is. But really, you're a very vulnerable and lonely person.
Well, you've got to kind of make a sense of somebody. And I think if we must all know people who are lonely and don't have anybody, you know, never have a kind of affection. I think somebody said to Zoe Heller, what is the greatest thing she would have wanted, really? And she said to share with this woman and probably wash her back in the bath. And I thought, that's very interesting. That's desperately sad. And there is a line in it where she says, you know, that people don't realise that, you know, I think she says something like in the bus, that just the touch of the bus conductor or whoever it is hand completely sends a jolt right to your inside, just for some kind of great, you know, kind of physical kind of warmth or affection.
Well, that's right. Well, I mean, I suppose every human being has that capacity to think of that in their own life, don't they? I mean, some more than others.
Yes, I think that's true.
I mean, in your case, when Michael died, I mean, you must have been lonely after that, and that would be part of the thing, the reservoir, would it be, you drew on when you did the part?
I suppose there was a bit of that in it, yes. I always thought so wonderful to have a happy marriage, and it's so dreadful when it finishes.
Yes.
It's, you know, and I'm not saying it's more dreadful than it is sometimes, you know, with people who just lose somebody they've not known for a very long time. You know, it's just as dreadful, that. But I think the thing of going so solitarily through life, and I mean, you know, we have a lot of friends, thank God.
Yes.
And that's what...
And
That's what is the redemption of everything.
Exactly, and you have the job too, and all that sort of thing. And that.
Yes.
But let's look then. We've talked about this character now, so let's see the situation now. The situation is that you've more or less insinuated yourself into this teacher's family, and Bill Nighy, who plays her husband, is not well pleased at the sight of you. You've gone to the vet, who tells you your cat has to be put away, and let's pick up the scene there. Here we are.
It's my child. It's my son. He's just a little boy.
Don't play the good mother with me.
Excuse me, ladies. Could one of you tell me what's going on? Is this some kind of coven?
I can explain perfectly. Would you like me to?
No, it's just a bath had some very bad news about her cat.
My condolences. Poor, poor pussy. Now, can I have my wife back, please?
I don't like your tone.
Why is she always here? What kind of fucking spell has she cast on you?
You don't see an awful lot of the cat, though we did do a lot of filming of the cat. And this cat was very, very nice, and I got very used to it. Very, very nice cat. And then one day I got there, and there were 2 cat baskets. And I said, what is that other cat? And they said, that's the stunt cat. And then about 2 days later, we did a shot, and Richard said, OK, Judy, you can sit down for probably about 20 minutes, as this is when the cat looks at you and runs towards the door, and then stops and looks back at you and pauses and snarls. I said, have we got till September for this? The stunt cat never arrived. Well, he never appeared, because the cat we were acting with was about this size, and the stunt cat was big.
You can't be a little stunt cat, you got to eat. Jump off buildings and stuff.
Swing on cranes.
How much time did you spend deciding on the look of the character there?
We spent quite a long time, actually. I had an argument with Patrick Marber, because they said, you know, I said, I hope this flat's not going to be too dingy. Because they said she lives in a very dingy flat, and at one bit, Sheba ruffles through her drawers and goes through her grey bras and pants. I said, this woman doesn't have to grey bras and pants and a dingy flat. You know, she's got a good job, and why should she have that? Anyway, it wasn't so dingy, and they weren't so grey.
It's interesting that becomes important to you playing the part.
Yes, the look. I mean, it's one of the only parts that I've ever, at the end of the day, been very, very, very glad to leave, kind of hanging up in a trailer, that terrible wig and that terrible look. Not attractive.
Not attractive at all, my dear.
Not
no.
in the slightest.
No. But now, of course, now you're off to Stratford. You're at Stratford, and you're in a musical, The Merry Wives of Windsor, the musical.
Please come and see it, with Simon Callow and Alistair McGowan and a lot of good friends.
You sing in it?
Oh, yes. Try and stop me. Yes. 3 good songs.
What are they?
One... Well, it won't mean anything to you.
Well, can you just sing me a little bit?
No, I can't sing you any. You've
on.
got to wait till the single comes out.
Oh, I see.
Is it a 12-inch?
You bet.
And Stratford don't ignore.
Don't even start.
Don't ignore.
God damn!
And then you'll go Stratford, where, in fact, you spent many, many happy years with Michael when you were with the part of the company there.
Yes,
that
it's lovely
that must bring back great memories for you there.
It does bring back great memories, and what is lovely is that we're going to be doing this musical before the old theatre closes.
Yeah, that's right.
Before they do the alterations.
Yes.
And there are some things that are going to be kept about the theatre, but many things that are going to be changed. But we're going to be the very last night that we play will be the last night in that theatre.
That's wonderful.
Which, you know, for years I went in the 50s and saw Michael Redgrave and Peggy Ashcroft and Marius Goring and Paul Robeson. And, you know, I love the thing of continuance.
Yes.
That somehow, you know, you know that within those walls, all that has happened and all those people have been.
Yes.
And you're lucky enough to be part of it.
Part of it. Are there any particular memories that you have of being there, of playing there?
I remember with Ian McKellen playing Macbeth up there.
And you played Lady Macbeth?
I did, but not in the big theatre. That was in the other place, you know, when it was just a corrugated iron roof and a lot of cracks and wind coming in through places and everyone sitting around. And a very good thing happened, that Roger Rees broke his ankle. And we had no understudies for Macbeth. And Roger Rees was playing Malcolm. So, because it was so heavily booked, that we decided that we'd have to do it. So we somehow adapted it so that he came on in a wheelchair. And we all sat round in this huge circle at the beginning. And he was pushed, and he was just gently pushed on. And then Griffith Jones, who played Duncan, was helped by two people up into the middle of this circle. And then one of the witches, Susie Dury, used to drag her foot slightly and dribble slightly. And she pulled herself around. And as Mari Keane, who played one of the witches, passed me, she said, "It's the Lord's production."
You've not done pantomime, have you?
Pantomime? No, I've never, ever done.
Pantomime.
Is he obsessed?
I don't know what's the matter with him tonight. I don't think they're giving him pills or
McKellen
anything
has.
tonight.
What was that about pills?
I'm just saying that you might not have had your medication tonight. Are you going to do pantomime?
I'm doing
You're going to do pantomime,
I'm in
Michael?
pantomime, present in Windsor, the Theatre of Windsor.
Are you?
I'm the man in the mirror. I'm the voice of reason in the mirror. You know when the
Twice nightly, this?
Twice nightly. You know Snow White?
Yes.
When she asks the mirror,
Yeah.
who is the fairest of them all, I'm that face.
And do you go, it's not you. Well, do you say, what you need to do, before we go any further, Snow White, have you thought of doing pantomime? You say that to her.
Don't laugh at him. It will only encourage him.
Right.
Now, what I want you to do, would you please be my star, helping me in this? In other words, what I'd like to do is, I'd like to say...
Very, very, very nervous.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all, when I tell you.
Oh.
And then we're going to do it...
And Lenny's.
No, it must be.
Well,
I'm not in
Lenny's,
this.
I don't know about Lenny's.
This is your bit, love. You carry on. I'll be over here. Right.
Are we ready?
Yep, you can.
Yeah.
This is a great moment, this, for me. It really is. I'm starting with Judi Dench.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?
You, O Queen, are fair as true, but Snow White is fairer still than you. Trying to thwart your evil aim, she hides in the forest with 7 friends, safe in a cottage all day and all night, far from your clutches and out of your sight.
Very big part.
Oh, dear. You're awful.
That's a very, very big part.
Thank
and
you.
You're reading it. I can tell.
Oh, no.
Are you a lady or a man?
Don't open that bag of worms now. You've managed to convince us all over the years, Judy.
Notes? Any notes?
Oh, no, notes.
No.
Any notes?
No.
That one.
Oh, my God. I did that. That's for my grandchildren. He said he lied. He'll probably never speak to me again. They're running horror from me. Oh, there we are.
Are you really doing pantomime?
It's in the... they would have had a hologram, but they couldn't afford it. No, it was... it's probably very silly.
It's just as easy to get him down here and do it.
That's right. Then, Judy, all the best with Mistress Quickly.
Thank you.
How long does that run for? At the,
It runs at the Royal Shakespeare Company till, I think, February the 10th.
Sometime.
Is that a Saturday? I think.
Great.
Yes.
Wonderful. You love it. It's very nice. It's very nice. Then Judi Dench.